Let us start our subject of control system with some basic definitions. The first of the definition is your definition of the system itself. System is nothing but domain of interest. Suppose if you are interested in this classroom will become a system for you, and what is happening outside the classroom, you are not going to pay any heed to it. Okay. Similarly, you may be interested in a particular component or in a particular part of an industry. Then particular part will become system for you, and other part of the industry in which you are not interested in will become out of system for you. You may be interested in whole industry, means there is no particular size for a system. It depends upon interest and for your focus. Similarly, coming to the control system, definition of the control system, it is that means by which a machine, by which any quantity of interest in a machine, mechanism or other equipment is maintained or altered in desired manner. Okay. What I mean to say is that if you are going to consider a control system is a black box, then one end of the black box there will be input or a stimulus or desired response or set point. Means what you want from the system. It will be the input to the system, and output will be just output, you can say, or response or response variable even you can say, or it is the actual response. Means set point and actual response. The difference between set point and actual response, you know, that is the error. Okay. The system to be controlled is given different names like process or plant or controlled system. You can say anything, okay, depending upon the application. When you are going to read process control, you will use the process word, and in this particular subject you will use a controlled system. Okay, you can say plant also. So now coming to the history of the control system, actually the application of control technology, historically speaking, started in the era of process control only. It is typical to the era of 1900 to 1940. Okay. You can see a picture in which the manual control is on at that time. An operator is there. The operator is trying to maintain the position of valve by seeing the level inside the tank. Okay. Here you can say the eyes of operator act as a feedback to it. Means it is seeing the level of the tank, and accordingly it is closing or opening the valve. And his brain will act as a controller and actuator, that is the final control element in a control system. These are worked by his hand. He is using his hand to open or close his valve. His final action is taken by his hand. That's why it is known as actuator. So note it down that actuators are the final control element in a control system. Okay. From that era of process control, nowadays our industries looks more like this. Means we have traveled a lot. And we have moved from manual control system to more towards automated control system. How it happens actually, after process control, after the era of process control during the Second World War, the need for automatic gun positioning, automatic air traffic pilot, and automatic radar antenna control, such needs were developed or such needs were fed. And to solve this problem, the theory of servo mechanism was developed during the period of Second World War. The word servo mechanism, if you will break down it etymologically, it is servo mechanism, servo plus mechanism. It consists two words, servo plus mechanism. The word servo means slave or servant. Okay. It means your servo systems are those systems which are slave or servant to its command. Means if you give a command, then they will try to follow it. That's why we have in laboratory experiment we have seen that servo potentiometer, servo motors means just That's the meaning of servo body is that slave on servant. Okay. From that servo mechanism, after that servo mechanism, theory of control system also started to be applied in the socio-economic application and in biologically application also. These applications comes under cybernetics. Okay. So with the passage of time, all this theory of process control, theory of servo mechanism, and theory of you can say cybernetics were started to merge, and a unified feedback control theory was developed. Means whatever you are going to read in this course is nothing but unified feedback control theory, and accordingly this unified feedback control theory will be applicable to the whole sub branches of this you can say the control system. Okay, whether it may be process control or whether it may be the servo mechanism or cybernetics. So in this particular course you will read unified control theory, and accordingly specifically you may read process control in your third year, and servo mechanism you will see some part of servo mechanism here also, and cybernetics we are not going to pay any heed to it. Okay. Now, in the beginning of discussion, we will start with a block. Okay, just we will start with a block. I have just said that you can say it as a controlled system or plant or process. So this is, I am going to say that it is a controlled system, or you can say plant, or you can say process. The output of this block is your response variable RV or control variable. These are the attributes of the plant or the process which you want to control. Actually, suppose if you are going to take this particular classroom as a process or plant, you may be interested in one of the attributes, say temperature. Then temperature will be the response variable or the control variable which you want to control. Okay? And this particular control will be exercised with the help of manipulated variable. Of course. And there is also, this control has to be exercised. This control has to be exercised in the presence of disturbance also. Okay, because you cannot avoid the presence of disturbance. These are unavoidable and undesirable input to the plant. The disturbance may originate from outside the system, or from outer environment, or from the system itself. Though it has been depicted in the picture that it is coming from outside, please note that the disturbance may come from inside also. For example, if you have designed your plant for particular operation and there are certain components in it, due to passage of time some values of component may change and it may act as a disturbance. This is a particular example. There are also some cases in which the different disturbances come from inside also. Okay. This manipulated variable, since I have just said that this manipulated variable is going to react to the plant or process, and this reaction will force your response variable to follow your command. So of course this manipulated variable will be guided by a controller which you as a control engineer is going to design. Okay. So what will be your job? Your job as a control engineer is to control and analyze and design this controller. Okay. And the user means those who will use finished product will just give command signal, and he or she will want design. So for our course, our system is this, means controller plus you can say controlled system. So we as a control engineer, we will read the theories of controller, what are the various types of controller, and what are the various methods to analyze it, and what are the various methods to design it. And user will give just command signal. Disturbance will come from environment or from within the system itself, and he or she will desire the control output to be almost equal to the command signal. If there will be a large difference between your control variable and command signal of the set point, your product will be out of market. Okay. So there are various terminology actually. There are various techniques to you can say to achieve this particular control. One of these is that you are having a controller cell and a command signal, and the user is going to give command signal to the controller, and the controller manipulate this command signal. Okay. The controller is going to analyze your command signal. Maybe you are going to just press a button, but the controller will generate, after analyzing it, will generate a signal. That signal will be known as manipulated variable. Then manipulated variable will react with the control system and generate a response variable in spite of presence of disturbance. So this is a system. Suppose this is one of the scheme which can, with the help of this, you can achieve that control variable. But what is the problem with that scheme is that you have designed, suppose your controller is, you have designed an intelligent controller, keeping the demand in mind. Means you know that okay, for example, this classroom is your process or plant. So you know that what may be the temperature variation of this classroom in you can say from 3 degree to up to 44 degrees. So you are intelligent enough to analyze the need of the you can say plant. And you also know what may be the possible disturbances. Say somebody may open the window or somebody may open the door. So you are intelligent enough to know that what may occur. But you cannot you can't predict exactly the nature of disturbance. But you can, up to some extent, you have idea of what may occur. So what you will do, you will design controller accordingly. Okay, so that it will give the your desired. But meanwhile, suppose the nature of disturbance, it is a simple case that here it may work, but in industry, suppose the nature of disturbances changes due course of time. So what will happen? Your controller have no idea, your controller having only one input, and that is your command signal. Your controller have no idea that what is going and what changes that disturbances is creating to the response variable. Means there is no feedback is being paid to the controller. Your controller is just taking your command signal and generating manipulated variable, and according to the manipulated variable you are getting some response variable. But due to course of time and the change in disturbance, you will not be able to get the desired response, and your you can say that your system may fail. But such type of terminology are also being used, but we will focus in our course mainly on the feedback control, because it is good to have feedback so that we can handle the change in disturbance also. So this type of system, which are also being used for the simple system, these are known as open loop control system. So question may be asked, what are open loop control system, or give the differences between open loop and closed loop control system. So what may be the advantages of this? It is just simple. You have seen that there is no feedback, so just simple connections are there. So this is one of the advantages. It is simple. Second one, it is stable. How it is stable and how the feedback control system may become unstable, we will see in the later section. Of course, there are lesser number of components, so it is economical also, and it is easy to construct. Because there is no feedback, so you need not to have a sensor. What can be the disadvantage? Disadvantage is that accuracy itself. Why? Because you are not having any feedback, so you will not be able to know what is the error. Because error is the difference between response variable and your set point. So you will not be able, just you will analyze. Okay. Second one is the reliability. Means, okay, you have designed an open loop control system. You can't be sure that after some time whether it will remain reliable or not. Means it may give some undesired output, and you are not having any feedback mechanism to check it. Okay. Can you provide some example of open loop control system in daily life? Do you have seen?
So washing machine.
Well, first is of course automatic washing machine. So many of you can confuse that a fully automatic washing machine should be, or it have to be feedback control system. But I am saying that it is automatic washing machine is an open loop control system. Can you say why? And how? You might have seen automatic washing machine and say you put your clothes there and you add some detergent, close the lid and forget it after setting program. So how it is, if you have closed the lid and you have forgotten it, you are not going to do anything. So how it is open loop control?
Sir, actually, we cannot control the extent to which the dirt can be removed from.
Exactly. Here, what is the response variable, or what is the control variable? What the things, if you are going to take your washing machine as a system, what is the desired output of the washing machine? It is not the drum speed, or it is not the level of water in it and what the temperature of water going inside. It is the cleanliness of the clothes. The clothes you have put inside the washing machine is the desired output, and it is having no any mechanism to give you the feedback of what is the level of cleanliness and act according to that. Means you have, if you are having fully automatic washing machine, you will choose the preset even though fuzzy logic is also there, but it will work according to the weight of the cloth only, not according to the cleanliness of the clothes. So there is no feedback mechanism in automatic washing machine. So if anybody is going to ask that whether it is open loop or closed loop, so you will say open loop. Second example, very famous nowadays, is a immersion rod. How it is an open loop? Because if you immerse that rod in a bucket, what you will get? You will not get desired cut-up point. Means you have idea that if you left it, if you forget it, the water keep on boiling and boiling. It is not going to stop after attaining some particular value. So it is open loop because there is no feedback mechanism. You based upon your experience that it will take, if the bucket is large of 50 liter, it may take 20 liter to get the desired temperature. But there is no feedback mechanism to check it or get it. Okay. Third one is very famous, ऑटोमेटिक ट्रैफिक लाइट कंट्रोल, जो कि आप जंप कर जाते हैं जो स्कूटी से आते होंगे वो वाली क्लास करने के लिए, है ना। ऑटोमेटिक ट्रैफिक कंट्रोल जंप कर जाते हैं, क्यों? क्योंकि सुबह में बोले कि देयर वाज नो ट्रैफिक, देयर वाज नो व्हीकल, आई हैव सीन दैट एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई हैव जंप्ड द सिग्नल, है ना। सो इट इज आल्सो एन ओपन लूप. व्हाई और हाउ?
So because even if there is some traffic, it will continue to.
Exactly. Our aim is, so first, if somebody is asking about given system that whether it is open loop or closed loop, just to have to think what should be the desired response or what should be the desired variable in which you are interested. So here you are interested in the traffic, not in the time, but it works on the time. Means after a particular time it turns red, and after a preset time, whatever may be the traffic, whether there may be congestion or free road, it will work according to the time. Means in night it will, okay, everybody jump the signal. So these are some examples of open loop control system. What is next? So you have seen that these are simple. That's why nowadays we also use this particular these systems. But here in those examples, our requirement was not so hard. Means if instead of 60 degrees centigrade, your immersion rate, you have dipped your immersion rate for more than required time, it will get 70 degrees centigrade. It is not going to change anything. You will add some cold water also. So the requirement is not so hard. So where the requirement is not so hard, you can use your open loop control system also. And in close, you know that you are very familiar with the automatic washing machine. So, but in industry, the requirements are hard. Means any change in that your response variable may leads to some accidental things, or may your plant or your maybe your system will not work properly. So we switched from open loop control system to closed loop control system. Okay. This closed loop control system we will study in our next class. So what we will say that in closed loop control system, just may have idea, you might have a feedback from where? Output to controller, you can say. When you will get a feedback from output, how can you will be able to check the effect of disturbances?
So difference.
Because is the manipulated variable also reacting to your plant in similar way, the disturbance is also reacting to the plant. And this reaction is reflected in, means your plant will give the output according to the disturbance and manipulated variable. So whatever output you will get, it will also affected by disturbance, and that disturbance can be measured in the feedback, and that your controller can check the differences, or you may have comparator. Comparator is a part of control, not that. So you can check the difference, and according to the difference in output and input, that will generate, now that will generate your manipulated variable, not just according to your manipulated, according to your command signal or set point, but it will take the output in consideration also, and it will generate manipulated variable with the help of error signal. Okay, so that scheme we will read in next class, and we will see some other development in the control system also. What are the various methods to analyze control system, and then we will move towards the